72.3 kilograms. Van Denderen at 70.9. That extra couple of kilograms, as you can see, Samkor has to his advantage, and he looks very thick-set for a Thai fighter, Samkor. Oof, and look at that, starting to unload the big bomb straight away. Van Denderen really having to tighten up the defence here. And he fights southpaw there, Samkor, leading with his right. So whether it's all just a ruse to bring Van Denderen on, and he's a switch hitter, but he seems a natural southpaw. Look at that kick. And Van Denderen's got some big shots himself. Little hint of an elbow there from Van Denderen, of course, allowed under Thai rules. So it's a relaxed start to this. But Van Denderen, for my money, having the best of it. So if you're in the UK around about the first weekend of May, and you're near the NEC, you'll be able to see some great full MT rules and follow the further adventures of Liam the Hitman Harrison at the Pain and Glory event, which will be coming to you on Eurosport at a later time in the year. But full MT rules at the Pain and Glory, and information for that you can find just by logging on to www.senishow.com. And of course the Seni, the largest expo in the world, arguably, for martial artists. And if you're not there, you're not into martial arts. And that promotion, Pain and Glory, brought to you by Fighters Inc., putting on some great fighters on that card. Tatsufumi Tomohira coming over from Japan, and Liam Harrison, as I said, Reese Crook, Pete Crook of Super League fame, his younger brother, and injury permitting, he should be fighting. That looks to be a great event, and of course you've got all the usuals that bolt on. The mixed martial arts seminar, the demonstrations, but Samkor now, bit of an injury problem. And it looks like that could be problematic for Samkor. And it's incredible really when you think Denderen here in the second round is just doing so well, and the fighter that was scheduled for this was injured, and so Van Denderen has stepped into his place. But the previous fighter was Juans, again from Belgium, and Van Denderen in there and having the time of his life. Well, fairly relaxed. Samkor having a bit of a problem with Van Denderen. Van Denderen likes it rough. He's coming in and he's not having any problems with Samkor. Oof, and an uppercut whistles in, shakes the sweat off the head of Samkor. Good connection there. And as I was saying on that Pain and Glory bill, Reese Crook, incredible fight card. And as I say, the Pain and Glory event, arguably the premier event on the UK fight calendar. K1, Tomohiro Tatsufumi, I should say, up against McSweeney. That's all on the first weekend of May. And watch this space, because there'll be some interesting news with regards to that event. And stay tuned to Fight Club for more. And of course, if you're into mixed martial arts, there's the whole Gracie Invitational. Everything really that the practicing martial artist could want. Well, this is now levelling out, and I've got the scorecard quite even. But Samkor, well, firing up the big shots now, not making a connection but pleasing the crowd.
And over the second round.
But bad injury to the left leg of Samkor. It's never going to be good for a fighter, and it's unusual for a Thai fighter really to take a leg injury. But Samkor in the blue trunks, Van Denderen in the red. Incredible record for Samkor. 190 fights, 160 wins, 30 KOs. So if you crunch that math, he doesn't always stop his opponents that easily. Conversely, Van Denderen, out of a 26 win record, has 16 KOs, and we can see just how tough Van Denderen is. And of course, this is full Muay Thai rules, and so all's fair in love and war. And Van Denderen really not intimidated at all by Samkor. Pokes in the left there. Big shots, fails to land. So as is customary in full MT rules, the Thais especially like to reserve something for the final round, and really the first three are just to get warmed up. But Van Denderen's been busy in there. On this bill tonight, of course, Wakao Por Pramuk, winner of the K1 World Max. So a big start. He's in against Marco Pico. From the Netherlands. And tonight really is a great old clash. Thailand versus the Netherlands. Although Van Denderen hails from Belgium, he must qualify for the Netherlands tag. Having said that, he stepped in to replace a fighter. And for a lad that's just stepped up to the mark against a fighter of this pedigree, well, he's not doing a bad job. Well, Samkor now pulling all the tricks out of the bag. Van Denderen looking to land power shots. So 4 of a scheduled 5. Van Denderen of Belgium in the red, Samkor of Thailand in the blue. Samkor carrying a little bit of an injury, but it doesn't seem to have bothered him too much. He's brought that leg up incredibly, injury or not. And Van Denderen taken a lot of the shots on his arms, but at some stage now, with that kind of power, he might be looking to drop his guard, and that might be what Samkor's looking for. So it's an interesting debate going on now in the world of Muay Thai, and that is, will Muay Thai, for televisual and audience purposes, take on the 3 times 3 minute round format? Certainly the Super League did it, and as you know, we bring you the best, I would argue, in fight sports here on British Eurosport and Eurosport International, and most of the competitions that we have that 3-round format. The aficionados and hardcore MT fans would of course say that full rules is best, and the odd bout that's interspersed with full MT rules. We're seeing that here tonight, but whether or not all competitions in the Europe and UK will go that way, I don't know. But as I say, some full fat fight action coming your way later on this year on the Pain and Glory event. The top British names there, as I say, out of the Bad Company gym up there in Leeds, Richard Smith and Lisa Houghton Smith, Liam the Hitman Harrison, the further adventures of Reese Crook also on that bill. Reese, of course, the younger brother, but no less famous than Peter. And if you're watching, Pete, here's to you, mate, the one-born wonder. Well, Van Denderen and Samkor started this bout off very crisp, a lot of energy, and started off with all the energy required to be described as Kelly Holmes, but in that 4th round ended up looking like Eamon Holmes. So they go to the 5th and final. Samkor of Thailand versus Van Denderen of Belgium, stepping in as a last-minute replacement for Juans. But whether or not Belgium would be considered to be a fighter from the Netherlands, I don't know. But it's the Netherlands versus Thailand here at the Stedenvik Sports Hall, Almere, Netherlands. And we've got some good interviews coming up. My mate Freddie Royers has gone out with the roving camera and had a chat to a couple of people. Buakapur Pramuk being one of them. So in this 5th and final, we'd be looking to see the ante just raised a little bit, and some real action coming your way, because they like to impress the judges in the last round. But both these guys just need to find that extra oomph from somewhere, because I have to say that during the middle rounds the pace dwindled. But interestingly enough, Van Denderen always coming forward, and Samkor firing in the kicks but having little effect on Van Denderen. Van Denderen taunting him there, just waving that right hand, and he's been looking to plant it all night, but Samkor doing a good job of scoring with the legs. Well, the pace that you'd hope for, really, in the 5th round of a tie match like this has just been slightly lacking in sparkle for me. I really wanted these boys to have kicked off, but again, I say it's not for the want of trying, but Van Denderen happy to soak up anything that Samkor gives out, and he's giving back the expression of that didn't hurt, but of course it doesn't have to, does it really, because it's scoring away, and Samkor looking relaxed and just, I think, outboxing Van Denderen. It's going to be a very close call, very close call indeed. There's the bell. Make of that what you will. They both think they've got it. Judges' scorecards. When you look at that injury, and it begs the question, how tough a fighter to have fought on against a fighter the calibre of Van Denderen with that injury.
And the winner of this fight, from Thailand, in the corner, Samkor.
Well, for my money, he did the most work. The decision wasn't a crowd pleaser, but then Van Denderen wasn't either.